Hey, welcome to another episode of beersandbars.com. Today we're coming to you from Paradise Pier in Anaheim, California, overlooking California Adventure. You can see the Ferris wheel behind me. So if you want to learn more about the Paradise Pier Hotel, please go to my sister site at Ed Reviewed What on YouTube to see about the room. All right, well, let's get back to what we're here for. And so this weekend, because it's a quick hit, it's just a quick it's Labor Day, gonna go back to work in a couple days. Didn't want to drink anything too heavy, or really didn't want to drink at all. So I thought to myself, well, I've never done a beer review on non-alcoholic beer, so why not try one that's new to the market, or fairly new, but it's been around, a Budweiser Zero. Now, the great thing about beer is that there's all different kinds of beer out there, depending on what you're into. If you're into fruit beer, if you're into double IPAs, if you're into sours, there's all different kinds. There's even now beer cocktails out there, and also there's something um, for the crowd that maybe had a problem with alcohol or just wants to ease up on alcohol. They have great selection not only from Budweiser and Heineken and other major breweries, but also craft breweries are out there making non-alcoholic choices. But today we're going to talk about Budweiser Zero. Now, one thing to consider when talking about Budweiser Zero or non-alcoholic beer in general is that I wouldn't associate that with low carb or maybe light beer, what have you. Because in this case, even though it has a zero ABV and it says zero sugar, but don't confuse zero sugar with no carbs. Because in this case, you got 50 calories and you got about 12 carbs per serving. So, based off the selections out there, if you're drinking uh, non-alcoholic beer because you're trying to watch carbs, but you're okay with alcohol, I would definitely do other choices. If you watch my past videos, I have a lot of low carb, low calorie offerings out there that are a lot better choice. But if you're strictly in it because you don't want to drink alcohol, then obviously this is where to go. Now, one of the things that was like, how is it that how do they make non-alcoholic beer? And basically, it is the same as making regular beer, but I guess at the end, it's called de-alcoholization, and it's reverse osmosis or running water vapor or distillation separates the ethanol from beer. High pressure forces the beer to go through a membrane and leaves behind all the larger molecules. The tiny water and alcohol molecules go through the membrane, while the larger ones, the beer flavor and the calories, stay behind. And then what's left over is carbonated and then packaged. So, if we go ahead and jump into here, if you're on Untapped, I'm under beers and bars. We go ahead and jump into this sucker. Now, I had one prior to doing the beer review because I wanted to taste it and see. And my first thoughts when I had my first sip of it was, hey, it's a bit more flavorful than a regular Budweiser. But then you realize it's a non-alcoholic beer at the end because there really isn't any aftertaste or any full flavor at the end. So have you noticed carbonation is really happening on this sucker? It is clear, it's light, the aroma, it's very faint, not strong whatsoever, but it still has those notes of Budweiser lager here. Now, I don't know if when you guys drink it or let me know, but my initial sip, you get a lot of flavor, not overpowering. Not I'm not talking about a IPA type flavor, but compared to a regular Budweiser, the first sip while drinking it, it's very flavorful. It's at the end that dissipates. Um, no flavor at the end like you expect with other beers, um, and very, very light. So it might be coupled with the carbonation and what you're tasting from the beer notes. That's the non-alcoholic from the brewing process. Um, It's tasty. It's very light at the end, and I'm on my third beer. And uh, what you do get is you still get that bloated feeling though after drinking, and that probably comes from the carbonation. But it's definitely good. It's something that'll allow you to be in the group, uh, and I respect anybody who's trying to fight back from alcohol abuse or what have you. So keep on the good work, and I hope that these offerings will allow you to still be in a place where you get to socialize and be part of a group. Because the worst part about doing anything, even if you're on a diet or you're trying to get away from if be trying to get away from something, is being alone. You don't want to be alone. You want to be around people who are supportive, and obviously the people that love you and support you like to drink. They should be allowed to drink, but also respect what you want to do. And if this allows you to be part of that group, then great. I'm all for it. So definitely it's something I'm definitely going to try. Maybe other non-alcoholic offerings. Maybe try one from a craft brewery and see what the differences are. But before I stop the video, I also wanted to see how maybe the Budweiser Zero tastes in one of these uh, Michelada cups. Now this one is Baja Michelada. You could try whichever one you want, or you can make it from scratch. This one's basically just um, it's the rim with the chili powder, and it has a bit of chili powder inside. So it's nothing special, but I did want to see how the Budweiser Zero pairs up with the Baja Michelada. And like I said, I'm basically on my fourth beer at this point, and it says it's zero alcohol per volume. So I know I was reading an article that says the United States allows zero point 0.5 alcohol in non-alcoholic beers, but I wonder how many beers you'd have to drink if it's zero point 0.5 to catch a buzz. All right, let's see. I don't see any difference. So, if you want to add a little flavor to your non-alcoholic beer, maybe get one of these cups. Because, tell you the truth, tastes like if I added a regular Budweiser or what have you. All right. So Budweiser Zero is Michelada approved. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching another episode of beersandbars.com. And if you haven't done so already, have a great beer and be safe out there. Thank you for watching.